podcast called Jellison podcast.
First ever type 1 diabetic in UFC history.
Doing fine, Nice to be with you.
Get out!
He's like, yeah. My tunnel vision and my periphery, I'm like off field.
Hey, you know how it is, though. Hey, when your team.
I don't remember that. That's crazy.
What's up, everyone? We're back with another episode of the podcast. They have a very special guest, Eugene German. Eugene, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you so much for taking time to do this. We got on it kind of fast, which I really appreciate that. I don't think a lot of guests understand that. But we were talking about you being in Ohio. You guys got another game tomorrow. So how's your guys' season going with the Kokomo BobKats and as a part of the TBL?
Yeah, it's going good so far. You know, we 8-1. You know, just defeated a really good Indy Express team yesterday. So, you know, it's going pretty good. You know, we pushing every single day and, you know, we just grinding consistently. So, you know, all we can do is just keep grinding and just keep expecting the good, you know, from our outcome.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was looking at most specifically your stats. I mean, you're leading the league in scoring. You're a straight bucket. We've been to that though. Did you think that you guys were going to have success, and did you know that you'd have this level just as a player and as a team?
Yeah, well, just how training camp was going, I knew we was going to, you know, have, you know, some team success, but, you know, like, yeah, you know, man, I put in the work, you know, man, I work every single day, you know, I've been putting in work. So, you know, I'm a very confident player. So, you know, I knew, you know, what I was capable of and what I was going to do, you know, and also, you know, my team, you know, they really helped me out, you know, getting the points and, you know, setting me up in positions for me to score, you know, easier. So, I appreciate them for that.
Mm-hmm. And for people that aren't really familiar, the Kokomo BobKats are part of the TBL. So kind of explain how that came to be and just like how things are run in your guys' league.
Yeah, I mean, it's a new year team. You know, I personally myself didn't know about the TBL until this year. You know, my agent told me about it. You know, but you know, I mean, it's a pretty good league. You know, it's just a stepping stone for, you know, my career. You know, somewhere to start. You know, of course, I don't want to stay here for, you know, years and years and years. You know, so I'm gonna do what I got to do, and you know, and hopefully just keep winning and hopefully keep building. You know, and adding on stuff to my accolades and my resume, so you know I can get to where I want to be.
Mm-hmm. And I think you can obviously get to the next level. You don't need me to tell you that, but so is it safe to say this kind of a 1 year stopgap, and then you'll look for something else going into next season?
Absolutely, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And why'd you choose to play in this league and for this team this spring and going into summer?
Yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. It started off back in about October. You know, I had some overseas deals, you know, from my agent. You know, I ended up turning it down, you know, because I felt like that I can play at the NBA level, you know, or I can, you know, try to get an Exhibit 10 contract or try to get on a two-way contract or probably get on a GLeague team. You know, that was like my main focus. But, you know, it was a rough COVID year, and you know, that stuff didn't end up happening, you know, because, you know, we didn't get our opportunity, you know, how like a lot of, you know, players get out of college, like going to Portsmouth or going to pro basketball combine out there, or, you know, getting like NBA workouts or anything like that. So, you know, it was tough for like mid-major guys like me to, you know, try to get at that level, you know. Like, yeah, my resume speaks, but, you know, it's still good, you know, to get in, you know, and get eyes on you to, you know, just like, oh, wow, like, oh, yeah, like this guy's actually good. You know, we didn't get that chance. So, you know, that didn't go well for me. So, you know, I had to end up, you know, taking, you know, the TBL. Although we got cut off. Did you see me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I had to end up taking the TBL, you know what I'm saying? So I took, you know, Cliff called my agent, and, you know, I took the deal. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll come to training camp, and, you know, I proved myself. I had to make the team. And, you know, that's what I did. I made the team, and, you know, we here now.
Mm-hmm. And what was that process like? I know you went undrafted back in October. So how much contact did you have with teams after that? And then what was the process like of turning down those overseas offers to stay here as well?
Yeah, so I didn't talk to many teams after, but before teams, before the draft, I would talk to the Milwaukee Bucks, Phoenix Suns, the Chicago Bulls. I talked to the Indiana Pacers. I talked to the NBA and G League team, just on a Zoom call. But we was just talking, just getting to know each other and stuff like that. But it's nothing like, actually getting seen, I experienced 2 NBA workouts like with the Bulls and the Bucks, and it's nothing like the 3-on-3, the 1-on-1, seeing you do drills, getting shots up, the agility drills, the speed drills. So, again, coming from a mid-major player like me, I need something like that, to especially get to where I need to be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the thing that bothers me though is you put up 23 years in a row. They should know you, and I'm of the belief that you're going to prove it to them that you deserve a spot, because I think you do. But I mean, you talked about that 3-on-3 tournament. Obviously, you guys won that last month. How did that kind of all come together for you and Hanif, Teague, and Weston to all join forces and play?
Man, it was exciting. It was a wonderful event. I knew about the event. Again, that was another event that got canceled, for COVID, but hey, I was blessed to get something back, and and I told myself I'm gonna work hard and I'm gonna prove myself. I'm gonna show the world, what I'm capable of. I don't even care if it's 3-on-3, 5-on-5, 2-on-2, 3-on-5. I'm like, man, I'm gonna show the world what I'm capable of. So, man, I just went there, man, and I just had a lot of anger built up, and, I just wanted to prove myself, against like big talent name players, and, just show them how I'm coming and just show them what I'm working with.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, obviously you did that. You guys won. I mean, and then you got MVP as well. So what did that mean to you to get that and get the win as well?
Man, it felt great. I wasn't even focused on the MVP, man. I wanted to get the money, and I wanted to just prove myself. I knew we was going to be on ESPN too. I know a lot of people watch that, so I'm like, man, this is the perfect opportunity, to give me something back, man. I've been doing a lot of praying, man. I've been doing a lot of grinding, getting a lot of shots up, a lot of being in a weight room. I'm like, man, this is the chance, it's the opportunity to show the world something, to just go against some good talent players, like they try to tell us like, oh, mid-major players, they don't play nobody or all this. So I'm like, okay, it's some high major players in here, right? So, it's time to see us match up and see who better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever forget you with the belt, the thing around your neck, and the glasses on right after. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody did.
Was it tough to adjust to the kind of style of play of 3-on-3 and how they kind of run things?
It was the first day, I'm not used to playing 3-on-3 like that, but man, it was so exhausting, man. Like, you get tired so fast, just constantly keep running. But, in the back of your head, when you thinking about 50K and 100K, all, all that in the back of your head, you like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep pushing, so it was all worth it at the end of the day, man. I feel good, and it's good to, give your family something, give your mom, your brother, sister something, it's just a blessing.
I mean, that's awesome to hear. I'm super happy that an Indiana guy was, or 2 Indiana guys, right? You and T. Yep. You and T got the win. They're also adding that to the Olympics 3-on-3. So would that be something that would interest you like later on in your career?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Like that would definitely be something, later on my career I'd be interested in doing.
How much do you think that the pandemic kind of played into how things have played out for you over the last year or so?
The pandemic, it was kind of like it was very tough. Like, again, I feel like it stopped my NBA chances. Of course, like, there's doubters out there and, things out there. But I honestly feel like if I would have got my fair opportunity, to go to like Portsmouth and things like that, I feel like I would have, just got my shot, just get in there and, do what I got to do. A lot of like the pandemic has stopped a lot, man, but, again, I feel like I got better. I got stronger. I'm looking at the positives and, things like that. I got time to spend with my family a lot, yeah, man. So like the pandemic, it wasn't, it wasn't all bad, but, it had its little work in progress in it.
And then going forward, how are you going to go about trying to get one of those G League spots or exhibition 10 or a two-way contract?
Oh man, I mean, I'm just leaving it in God's hands. Just got to keep doing my part. Just controlling what I can control. Just keep winning. Keep doing good individually, and again, just leaving it in God's hands, man. Keep praying and keep working hard.
No doubt. I mean, oh, my bad. So I want to go back to your college days. Obviously, you had a storied career at Northern Illinois. I think you're the best player to come out of Northern Illinois ever. I don't know if you feel the same way. You probably do, but how tough was it for you to have your college career end on such an abrupt note, just with the pandemic? And I mean, you guys had a really good shot at going to the NCAA tournament.
Man, it was so tough. Man, we got we finally got the one to MAC West. So man, it was so tough. Just like our team was having a winning season. We was all bonded and we was all like, we was just rolling. It was kind of like a bicycle. That was the best team I played on at NIU. Just like just on paper. So I mean, it was tough. Just especially when we finally got to Cleveland and we had the opportunity to we have a bye. So we like, okay, we got a bye, and then just to see how we didn't even get the opportunity and chance to even play it. And I'm just like, man, me and my guy Lacey James, we put in so much work together. Man, we was just shattered, because that's all we talked about was trying to win a MAC championship and trying to get to where we need to be, and it was just, it was just a tough process at the time, for sure.
And if they had granted you guys an extra year of eligibility, would you have used it?
That's actually a lot. That's so tough. Oh man, that's hard to think about. I would have to really think on that at the time. If I see how my career was going right now, I probably would have took it. But I was like a fair opportunity to get to where I need to be. So which didn't happen that way, but I probably would have took it if they would have gave it to me, probably.
How do you think that you progressed throughout your career? I mean, you still had a really good freshman season, and then you kind of burst off in the sophomore through senior seasons. Was there anything that kind of switched between those first 2 years?
Yeah, man. What a lot of people don't know. So that's I dedicated my summer to, just getting off social media and just locking in, so that a lot of people don't know that summer, I wasn't on social media. I was waking up every day and going to shoot 500 shots. And then I would take a nap, go lift. Then I would go shoot 500 more. Then I get some rim finishes in. So I was repeating the same thing every day. So I got stronger. I got my shot better, and I got just better, just all around with my craft. So again, my goal that summer was to to be better than everybody else, to do something that everybody else not doing. And I feel like nobody was getting up 1,000 shots every single day. I literally was getting up 1,000 shots every day. I think my off days was on Sundays. And I feel like I got better I got better with doing that. So like that's why everybody's asking me like, oh, how did you come from 9 points to 20? I'm like, man, I had to really lock in and put in work for this. Like, it's just not gonna drop in my lap, So and I watched a lot of film on how I can get better. So that was just big time for me.
Mm-hmm. And then how do you look back on those last 2 years? Obviously, like you mentioned, averaging 20 across all 3 of those seasons.
I mean, it's crazy because like teams in the MAC pretty good, So like having a scatter report on you every season, which was really hard, But again, I dedicate, everything to like the hard work I put in, like the gym hours. So I feel like just stay focused, like it's a game. You got to play the game right. So man, I look back at it, man, I miss it. I miss my college days. I miss everything about it. But yeah, man, I had a ball, I dedicated everything to my hard work and my craft.
Mm-hmm. And then are there a couple of games or stretches that stick as most memorable to you, either just from a personal standpoint or as a team?
Oh yeah. I would say when we beat Buffalo. Yeah, we beat Buffalo and they was like number, I think 12 or 13 in the country at the time. And man, and everybody flooded the court and we partied all night. It was crazy, man. Like, man, that night was crazy, and that, I don't know. I feel like that's the night and like the day, like my team, like we all came together, like, man, we can really do something and all this, so man, I will never forget that moment. When I had kids, that's the story I will always tell my kids. Yeah.
And then, I mean, when you guys played non-conference games as a mid-major, I mean, you guys play the likes of like Michigan State, Iowa. Do those provide as many learning lessons as like some coaches in media say that they do?
I mean, it shows where we at, because the non-conference schedule is really to, prepare you for, the conference schedule, so I mean, it shows that, when I was in college that we can compete with everybody, we didn't really, no high major team like really blew us out. I think Michigan State blew us out. That was the only one. Like, man, they was good, but, yeah, I mean, it did like help, like it did help us in a way, but it didn't provide like how the media tried to make it seem, but it definitely did help us to get prepared for the conference schedule.
Mm-hmm. I think Michigan State was ranked like 8th or 9th when you guys played them, and they're always good. So
yeah, man, they was good, real good.
So I want to go back to your high school days, obviously being an Indiana guy. What was the recruiting process like, and how did you end up committing to Northern Illinois?
Yeah, man, I got a really very interesting story. So, I was kind of under recruited, kind of been under recruited my whole life, so can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of been under recruited my whole life. So, yeah, so I was leading the state in scoring, my junior and senior year, but I end up, was bagging like the NIU coach. I'm like, oh, can I come up on a visit? Man, just let me come up on a visit. He wasn't letting me come up on a visit, so I had no offers at the time. So I ended up going to this St. Louis camp. I went to the St. Louis camp and they seemed like I did good there. Like, a guy there like put me on like Twitter or something, like, oh, Eugene German was like really fast. He did his job. So I guess like the coaches follow me, the NIU coaches follow me on Twitter. And like he like hit me up, was like, okay, we gonna let you come up on a visit. So I came up on a visit, and then, I thought I was gonna be the only one on a visit, but I came up on a visit, it was 4 other guys. So I'm like, oh man, I don't feel special at all. Like they showing everybody the same thing they showing me. But, we end up going to the open gym and, I was doing the man, like I was scoring, I was getting people involved, I was playing good defense, so, and then, he ended up offering me my first scholarship. He offered me my first scholarship, and then, I just jumped on it the next day. I just took it. I just talked to my mom. I'm like, They, like they an hour, 45 minutes away from my house. I took it right away. So, that was just a blessing, like, and like, people try to talk about how, well, you should have waited and, and that's crazy. You only had one offer and stuff like that. But, at the end of the day, everything worked out good. I ended up, becoming an all-time leading scorer at the school, so, it was all a blessing.
I mean, do you carry a chip on your shoulder just because you've kind of been under-recruited and overlooked throughout your career?
Yeah, man. Man, it's tough. I always talk to my mom about how I always got to have the harder route. I always got to like take the underdog route or prove myself. And, I don't get it easy like the other guys, but yeah, man, I always got to like, have that chip on my shoulder, especially coming from where we came from, because, I know the work I put in. I know who I can compete with. I know his doubters out there going, go talk, whatever they got to say, I don't really care. But, everything is just like, just comes down to just being a blessing because, man, like, even though I had one offer, everybody knew I should have had more offers, I got good out of it, and I feel like, I'm going to keep building, to get to where I need to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think you definitely should have had more offers looking back on it now. And I mean, at the moment you led Indiana, which is probably the best high school basketball scene in the country, in scoring for 2 straight years. I mean, I don't know. There are hits and misses with recruiting, and obviously Northern Illinois, huge hit.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
You kind of talked about where you came from. Let's talk about some of the guys and the teams that you played against up there in Northwest Indiana in high school.
Yeah. I think the open gyms are like funner, when everybody come together because, you don't get to play everybody in high school. So, like just playing against guys like Devon Dillard or like Charles Cooper, playing with my brother every single day. He wasn't pretty good in he wasn't that good in high school, but he's a pretty good player now. Playing against just like overseas ballers, Damian Jefferson, Jermaine Cousinard, guys like that, even the younger generation like John Neal Davis and stuff like that. So, we all got better and, we competed, like especially like all summer. So, we push each other. So yeah, I mean, it's some good players up there, yeah, it's definitely some good players.
Mm-hmm. And how much do you learn from each other in high school? Or do you not really think about that in the moment? You just kind of notice it when you are looking back on it.
In high school, you said?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. If I knew what I knew now in high school, man, like, man, I'd just be a way advanced, better basketball player. I was just out there, just going crazy. Just getting to it. But it was fun. But if I knew what I knew now, I would have definitely had a state championship. I look back at me losing the semi-state, so I definitely would have had a state championship.
Mm-hmm. And then kind of to cap off your high school career, you got named an Indiana All-Star. How much did that mean to you?
Yeah, man, I got an interesting story with that too. It meant a lot because, like the year before, my dad, picked me up from the gym and was like, yeah, you didn't make the junior All-Stars, and I was crying. We cried in the car together. I'm like, what do I need to do? My team was winning. I'm averaging 30, so, I was, I was confused, so it meant a lot to, really go to that top 60 workout and, compete against, good talented players in Indiana, to make the team. So, I mean, it was a blessing, just especially like, capitalizing off the year before, how like we was crying and, then, it was all smiles and I end up, holding the MVP up, so yeah, it was fun. And it was very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that year you played with like, I know Kyle Guy, like Desmond Bain was there. So a couple of NBA guys. So what were those?
Can you still see me?
No, I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Okay. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
this is the last thing. I'm gonna let you go. I know you're a busy man, but so during those, like on that same Indiana All-Star team, guys like Kyle Guy, Desmond Bain were on there. So what was it like playing and learning and practicing with those guys?
Yeah, man, it was cool. Cal and Desmond Bain, yeah, they was cool people. I feel like me and Desmond Bain built a cool relationship at that time. We played some one-on-one, because I know me and him was actually going, because he was actually on my tail. He was number 2, in scoring. So, we built a cool relationship. We talked a lot, man. Like them players are good. Obviously they in the NBA. Yeah, man, it was fun, man. It was. It was fun to be around them players and, just vibe and, just compete and, just win.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I know you're busy. I know you got to go eat soon. So I'm going to let you go, but thank you for coming on. I've been a fan of yours for a while now. Best of luck tomorrow and throughout the rest of the season.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Hey, stay safe.
All right.